Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase success, the farther it seems to move away? You work longer hours. You set bigger goals. You constantly think about the results you want, yet somehow the breakthrough never comes. This is one of the biggest frustrations in life. We are taught to focus on outcomes. We celebrate trophies, promotions, wealth, and recognition. But what if that isn't where success is actually created? Jim Rohn often reminded people that success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. That single idea changes everything. Instead of obsessing over results, you begin focusing on your growth. Instead of asking, how do I get more? You ask, who do I need to become? Think about a farmer. He doesn't wake up every morning staring at the field, demanding crops to appear. He prepares the soil. He plants the seeds. He waters them consistently. He removes the weeds. Then he waits patiently. The harvest is simply the natural result of the work he has already done. Life works the same way. Many people want the harvest without respecting the process. They want confidence without practicing courage. They want wealth without learning valuable skills. They want respect without developing character. They want success without becoming successful people. This is why chasing results often leads to disappointment. Results are only a reflection of what you've been doing consistently. If you don't like your current results, don't spend all your energy trying to force different outcomes. Spend your energy changing the daily habits that create those outcomes. Jim Rohn believed that your philosophy determines your future. Your philosophy is the collection of beliefs that guide your actions every single day. If you believe success happens overnight, you'll quit when progress feels slow. If you believe discipline is punishment, you'll avoid the very habits that could transform your life. But if you believe every small action is building your future, you'll find purpose even in ordinary days. Most people underestimate the power of repetition. Reading 10 pages today doesn't seem life-changing. Exercising for 30 minutes doesn't seem extraordinary. Saving a little money doesn't make you rich overnight. Practicing one skill every day doesn't immediately make you an expert. Yet these tiny actions repeated over months and years completely reshape a person's life. Success is rarely dramatic while it's happening. It looks ordinary. It looks boring. It looks like someone waking up early when nobody is watching. It looks like choosing learning over entertainment. It looks like finishing one more task after everyone else has stopped. People only notice success after the results become visible. Imagine watching an iceberg floating in the ocean. What you see above the surface is only a small fraction of its true size. The largest part remains hidden underwater. Success works exactly the same way. The public sees the promotion, the business, the confidence, or the financial freedom. They rarely see the years of preparation, failure, discipline, and personal growth hidden beneath the surface. This hidden work is where real success is created. Jim Rohn often emphasized that personal development is the greatest investment you can ever make. Money can disappear, opportunities can come and go, but the person you become stays with you wherever you go. When you improve yourself, everything around you begins to improve. If you become more disciplined, your finances improve. If you become more patient, your relationships improve. If you become a better communicator, your career improves. If you become healthier, your energy improves. The outside world begins reflecting the inside changes you've already made. This is why chasing external success without internal growth is exhausting. You're trying to change the reflection without changing the source. Imagine standing in front of a mirror with a messy appearance. Would you clean the mirror hoping your reflection changes? Of course not. You change yourself first, and the reflection changes automatically. Life is that mirror. Your habits create your identity. Your identity creates your decisions. Your decisions create your future. Another mistake people make is comparing themselves to everyone else. Social media makes this even worse. Every day you see someone buying a new house, launching a business, traveling the world, or achieving a dream you still haven't reached. Comparison steals focus from your own journey. Jim Rohn believed that your biggest competition is not another person. Your biggest competition is the person you were yesterday. Did you become a little wiser today? Did you learn something valuable? Did you control your emotions better? Did you improve your discipline? These are the questions that truly matter because they measure growth instead of appearances. Remember, the tallest tree in the forest started as a tiny seed that no one noticed. It didn't become massive overnight. It simply kept growing while storms came and seasons changed. Your life follows the same principle. There will be days when progress feels invisible. You'll wonder whether your efforts matter. You'll question whether all the reading, learning, practicing, and sacrificing are making any difference. This is exactly where most people quit. But those who succeed understand something powerful. Progress often becomes visible only after it has already been happening for a long time. Every disciplined day is building momentum. Every good decision strengthens your character. Every lesson learned prepares you for future opportunities. One day, people will call you lucky. They'll admire your success without realizing they are looking at years of invisible preparation. Stop chasing applause. Stop chasing instant results. Stop chasing shortcuts. Instead, chase growth. Because when you become better every single day, success eventually has no choice but to follow. There's another truth that Jim Rohn shared over and over again. Success is not built during moments of excitement. It is built during moments of consistency. Anyone can feel motivated after watching an inspiring video or reading a powerful quote, but motivation fades. What remains is your routine. Ask yourself this question: what do you do when you don't feel like doing anything? That answer reveals far more about your future than what you do on your best days. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not always the most talented. They are the ones who continue moving forward even when they are tired, discouraged, or uncertain. They understand that emotions change every day, but discipline creates stability. Think about an athlete preparing for a championship. They don't train only when they feel energetic. They train when it's raining. They train when they're sore. They train when nobody is cheering for them. Why? Because they know the championship is won long before the competition begins. Life rewards preparation. Opportunities don't make successful people. Opportunities reveal the people who have already prepared themselves. Many people pray for opportunities while ignoring preparation. They hope for a better job but refuse to learn new skills. They dream about starting a business but never study leadership or communication. They want financial freedom but never develop the habits of saving and investing. Success doesn't begin with opportunity, it begins with preparation. Jim Rohn often said that formal education can make you a living, but self-education can make you a fortune. The difference is enormous. School teaches you how to earn, self-education teaches you how to grow. Growth never stops unless you stop learning. The most successful people in the world remain students throughout their lives. They read books, they attend seminars, they listen carefully, they ask questions, they seek mentors. They understand that every new lesson increases their value. Imagine two people starting the same job on the same day. One finishes work and spends every evening scrolling endlessly through social media. The other spends an hour reading about leadership, communication, and personal finance. At first, there is no visible difference. After 6 months, the difference is still small. After 5 years, they are living completely different lives. One stayed the same, the other quietly became a different person. That is how success works. It compounds. Just like money earns interest over time, your knowledge, discipline, and character also compound. Small improvements may seem insignificant today, but eventually they create extraordinary results. This is why patience is one of the greatest qualities you can develop. We live in a world that wants everything immediately. Instant messages, instant entertainment, instant delivery. Unfortunately, many people expect instant success too. But nature doesn't work that way. A tree grows one ring at a time. A river shapes mountains one drop at a time. A masterpiece is created one brushstroke at a time. Your life is built one decision at a time. If you constantly demand immediate results, you'll abandon the very habits that would have transformed your future. Instead of asking, why isn't this working yet? Ask, am I becoming the person who can handle the success I desire? That question changes everything. Sometimes success delays itself because you're still developing the character needed to keep it. Money without discipline disappears. Power without wisdom becomes dangerous. Recognition without humility creates arrogance. The process isn't only producing results, it's producing you. Every challenge strengthens something inside you. Every disappointment teaches resilience. Every setback develops patience. Every failure offers wisdom that success never could. This is why successful people don't fear failure. They understand that failure is feedback. Jim Rohn believed that mistakes are part of education. The important thing isn't avoiding every mistake. The important thing is learning from each one. Many people fail once and decide they aren't capable. Successful people fail, learn, adjust, and continue. That's the difference. Imagine a sculptor standing before a huge block of marble. To someone watching, each strike of the hammer seems insignificant. Nothing appears to change. but with hundreds and thousands of precise strikes, a beautiful statue slowly emerges. The sculptor wasn't creating the masterpiece with one powerful hit. It was created through countless consistent actions. Your character is being sculpted the same way. Every disciplined choice chips away at weakness. Every honest decision strengthens integrity. Every courageous action builds confidence. Confidence itself is another result people often chase. But confidence isn't something you magically receive. Confidence is earned. You become confident by keeping promises to yourself. You say you'll wake up early, and you do. You say you'll exercise, and you do. You say you'll finish your work, and you do. Each promise kept becomes evidence that you can trust yourself. That self-trust becomes confidence. Notice how, once again, the result comes after the process. The same principle applies to happiness. Many people believe happiness arrives after success. Jim Rohn encouraged a different perspective. He believed fulfillment comes from progress. There is something deeply satisfying about knowing you're becoming a better version of yourself. Even before you achieve your biggest goals, you'll experience peace because you'll know you're moving in the right direction. Progress creates hope. Hope creates energy. Energy creates action. Action creates results. It's a beautiful cycle that begins not with chasing success, but with choosing daily improvement. So stop measuring your life only by outcomes. Measure it by growth. Measure it by discipline. Measure it by integrity. Measure it by the habits you practice when no one is watching. Because those invisible habits are quietly building the visible future you've been dreaming about all along.